There were hecklers inside. Bill Cosby shouting down an apparently drunk heckler saying, "You better be careful about drinking around me." Another man yelling, "You're a rapist." Most of the people inside were respectful. However, outside, things were uglier.
After 2 canceled TV projects and several canceled stand-up performances, Bill Cosby's back on the road in what he hoped would be friendly Canadian territory. But in just the second show on tour Thursday night, Cosby made a passing joke that spoke to current allegations over sexual abuse. The audience reacted, and you better believe his comments didn't get past those who seek to make him pay for alleged past transgressions. Let's welcome to MidPoint the attorney representing several of the victims who claim they were sexually assaulted by Bill Cosby. Gloria Allred joins us on the show. Gloria, pleasure to have you on the show again.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Here we go, Gloria. At the show, a woman who got up from one of the front rows walked past the stage. Cosby asked, "Where are you going?" She said, "To get a drink." He said, quote, "You have to be careful about drinking around me." Loud applause, a couple of gasps, and I imagine that when you heard that, you were incensed.
You're absolutely right. I was incensed because, after all, as the sign said that one of the protesters held up at one of the demonstrations in Canada said, rape is no joke, sexual assault is no joke, and what the many, many alleged victims have said about Bill Cosby is no joke. It is not a laughing matter.
What does it say to you then, as an attorney, when you hear someone say this and make a joke about it? Because there, you know as well as I do, there are some people out there who would say, Cosby's completely sure that he's innocent. He can go ahead and make a joke about it, and he hasn't been charged.
Well, I don't know that Cosby is completely sure that he's innocent. I think that Mr. Cosby knows he's done it, when he did it, and how he did it. But he is not taking responsibility for what he has done fully. In fact, he's been evading talking about it, except through this very, very misguided and sick kind of joke, which is not appreciated by any of the alleged victims. Yes, you say he hasn't been charged. The fact that he's hiding behind his lawyers, the fact that he will not agree to say that he will not assert the defense of statute of limitations. So in other words, the fact that he will not agree to that the accusers can sue him and have this decided in a court of law by a judge and jury, which he could do, I think is a very telling statement about Mr. Cosby. There are some lawsuits against him. It's a defamation case pending. We don't know if there'll be more. There's a civil case in California pending, alleging that he sexually abused Judy Huth when she was 15 years old at the Playboy Mansion. So, you know, it may be that some of these cases will get to court. We don't know. But in the interim, the fact that he will not allow this to be decided by a neutral party, even in confidentially behind closed doors by retired judges, I think is more of a statement about Bill Cosby than it is about anything else.
All right, Gloria, I'm going to play complete devil's advocate here on this point when it comes down from those who are defending Bill Cosby and Cosby himself. You know that they will say, I'm innocent. I didn't do anything. This is all made up. So why is it incumbent upon me to say anything and basically answer back to charges of which I believe there's absolutely no substance and you can't prove anything? You know you've heard that, and you know that's what he'll say.
Well, I don't know what "you can't prove anything" means, as though the word of these many, many, I mean, what, 25 plus women now means nothing. Proof, I guess that word is supposed to mean in a court of law. But then he's barring them. He's shutting the courthouse door to them. By the way, he could also, in some states, even agree that he will not assert the statute of limitations in a criminal case. He has not done that. So he's laughing at the fact that many of these alleged victims say that the reason they didn't come forth earlier was because they were in fear of him, because he was rich, powerful, and famous, that they thought that maybe they would be attacked, that they would be discredited, maybe that they were the only ones. So, you know, there are all kinds of reasons that women suffer in silence. And apparently, Mr. Cosby is taking advantage of that. Maybe he thinks this is all going to go away. If he thinks that, he's wrong. Because the women that came forward this week with me at the news conference, yes, they were not the first. They will also not be the last. I promise you that. That is to an absolute certainty. I have many, many more women who've contacted me who allege they were victimized by Bill Cosby. Some of them will be speaking out in the future. So, Mr. Cosby, if you think it's the end, you are sorely mistaken, and you have completely underestimated women.
You had Linda Kirkpatrick, Lynn Neal, and a young lady who identified herself only as Casey, did not want her real name shared. And that was at the press conference this week. That's 3 more. You said 25. You said more. Wait a minute, Gloria. I have to ask you. You're saying more. How many? Are we talking a dozen, 20, 30? I mean, how many women have approached you?
Only Bill Cosby knows how many alleged victims there really, really are. But I can tell you, I've had many who have approached me. I can't put a number on it because it's just numerous, and I haven't bothered to even count how many, but they are continuing to contact me. Even last night, when as I was in a car leaving my office, there were more and more emails coming in from persons who allege that they were victims of Bill Cosby, who are disgusted by his joke, who are willing to now speak out because they just can't take it anymore, because they're now feeling more empowered, and they're just not willing to live in fear anymore, and they're going to speak out about the truth about their lives. And I can tell you that will happen soon.
How soon?
I'll just say in the near future. And this is a story that's not going away. They're going to have their day in court, in the court of public opinion, if they can't have it in a court of law, and we'll see what happens. Those people who are going to the shows, the Cosby is playing at, another one in Canada this evening, and then into the United States very soon. What they're really doing, and I want them to know this, is by going to the show, by buying tickets, they're helping to have Bill Cosby make a profit, and he can take that profit and he can plow it back in to paying his paid attack dogs in his defense team, the investigators, to try to discredit and undermine the alleged victims who come forward. Is that what people who buy tickets to Bill Cosby really want their money used for? To attack persons who allege that they were so victimized, that they allege they were drugged, that they were sexually assaulted, that they were hurt in so many ways, that they were put in danger, that they were humiliated, that they were emotionally pained. Why would anyone want to do that? I mean, whether or not you believe these women, why take the risk of helping him to gain more profits so that he can use them to hurt women?
All right, Gloria, we're going to keep up. We're all out of time, but we're going to check back with you here in a short time. We expect to hear a lot more on this case, and I always thank you for your time. Thanks, Gloria.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Break, and we're back with a cartoonist, one of those people who does that for a living, and talks about how he was affected after the events in France. On MidPoint.